Esmeralda filling in for Monika today. So in today's tutorial, I want to show you how to transform yourself into Esmeralda, who is the super fierce, super independent gypsy from Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I love her so much so actually that I cosplay her. So I figured I'd give you a makeup tutorial today and show you some costume ideas so you can be Esmeralda for Halloween or a cosplay convention. And this look would also work good for any other gypsy or really any Disney princess because it's just really girly. So I hope you enjoy the tutorial.
Start with a clean and moisturized face. For foundation, I mix this NYC BB cream with a bit of moisturizer to create a really creamy, light coverage, but use whatever you prefer. I dab it all over my face and blend it out. And as my mom taught me, a damp makeup sponge works great for a really natural, smooth finish, plus you can get a huge pack at the Dollar Tree. Make sure to blend well and don't forget your jawline and neck. Set your foundation with powder and a fluffy brush to keep it in place for long wear. I love the matte finish that this e.l.f. powder leaves. Esmeralda has beautiful bronze skin, so I just dusted myself with bronzer with the same fluffy brush. I didn't go heavy with it because I'm so fair that too much bronzer looks fake on me, but feel free to bronze away to get that gypsy glow on. Top it all off with some pretty pink blush. No matter what products you prefer, your goal is to have natural glowing skin, and that's why I love this combination of products, plus it still lets my own skin shine through. Prime your eyelids to keep your shadow long-lasting. Make sure to dab a little underneath your eye to keep the products we put there in place too, and then blend everything out with your fingers. Now it's time for eyeshadow, and I love the huge variety of colors in this palette. Start by sweeping a light cream color all over the lid. This neutral shade will be perfect for blending and transitioning the other colors we'll use together. Using a somewhat dense eyeshadow brush, I packed on some purple shadow similar to the color of Esmeralda's sash on the outer 2/3 of my lid, concentrating the most color on the outside and blending towards the center slightly. Build up the color on the outer edge by adding a little at a time. Sweep that purple on the outer 2/3 of your eye under your lower lash line too. Using a golden colored shadow, sweep it on your inner half of the eye, building up the color and blending it in with the purple as you go so that you create a beautiful gradient of colors. I used a dense angled brush to add the gold to the inner half of my lower lash line. I also used a slightly deeper shade of purple on a crease brush to deepen up the crease for more dimension. Now it's time to blend, so put a little of that original cream-colored shadow on a fluffy blending brush and then blend away so that the transition of shadows toward the eyebrow is flawless. Use the same brush to blend the gold and purple more by using back and forth motions. You can add more of the purple or gold shadow if you need to intensify the color more. To add some extra pizzazz to my eyes, I grabbed some of this super shimmery golden colored NYX loose shadow and using an angled crease brush for accuracy, I patted it on the inner third of the eyelid. Esmeralda's eyes are heavily defined with eyeliner, so using this sample of Kat Von D liquid liner, I began to draw a cat eye. Yup, I definitely accidentally transferred liner to my lid, but I'll show you how to easily fix that in a second. Take your time when doing this and start small, building up the thickness of the liner a little at a time. You want a fairly thick, cartoon-like line. I recently purchased this e.l.f. makeup remover pen and I swear it's a savior. I just used it to remove the liner on my lid, then used the cream-colored shadow to blend out that area so you couldn't even see that anything had been done to it. I used black shadow on an angled brush to line my lower lash line because pencil liner always seems to smear on me, and this provided a nice smoky effect, especially with the purple and gold shadows sitting just underneath it. Now for the most terrifying looking device in beauty, grab that eyelash curler and curl your lashes. You can apply falsies at this time if you'd like, but I'll be sticking to this sample of Benefit mascara, which I love, that I got with a coupon from Ulta recently. Esmeralda has quite defined brows, so I combed my brows out and then used the deeper, waxy shade of my eyebrow kit to fill in my brows. Then I set the product with the included powder, which is coming off a little lighter on camera than it actually is. Finally, for the lips I used a deep pink lipstick as a base and then topped it off with a color that has a hint of a golden undertone to it to pick up on the sheen in the eyes and the outfit. There you have it, some beautiful makeup inspired by the Gypsy Esmeralda. To get my hair wavy, I just slept with 2 braids in it, then undid them in the morning, and voila! I also pulled my bangs out of the headband once I was done with my makeup. To accessorize, I threw on some old chunky earrings, this awesome ring by A Pennyworth Design Co., and I made a simple pink headband. I found this peasant blouse and a skirt at Goodwill. The skirt was too large originally, so I just cut the waistband off, folded and sewed the top of the skirt down to create a casing, then added new elastic through the casing to create a perfect fit. For the sash that ties around her waist, I bought some purple stretch knit fabric and coin trim from the fabric store and sewed the trim on. I made my own costume corset with no boning for comfort by altering a corset pattern I already had, but if you don't sew, eBay has a big selection of inexpensive corsets, and there you have it, the finished costume and makeup. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and have a wonderful and safe Halloween!